Hey there, Wild Things. Welcome back to my channel. It is Editing Becky here and Squish. And I realized whilst making this video that I never filmed an intro. So I'm gonna do it now. It is currently 11:30 p.m. trying to edit this video to put out tomorrow, Friday. Earlier this week, I went all the way to Knoxville to get new Pointe shoes. My older Pointe shoes are dying. I've been in this model for a few months now, and they've been causing me some blisters and a little bit of pain, and they're just a little uncomfortable. I love the shoe, and I thought to myself, like, maybe we can get a better fit. I consulted my Pointe teacher, and she also agreed with some of the assumptions I was making about my shoes. So I drove all the way to Knoxville to a store that I've been fit at before, and really liked. They're really knowledgeable there, to get a new pair of Pointe shoes, and I left with 2 pairs. I decided to bring you guys along for the journey because more people wanted to know about my ballet journey and specifically Pointe work. So again, this is Becky from the future. Let's go to the past and I'll show you guys about my Pointe shoe fitting. Before this video goes any further, let me tell you that I am not a professional fitter. I am not qualified to give you fitting advice and or recommendations. I can only speak from my own experiences about the shoes and styles that I've worn. Do not get Pointe shoes if you're not ready for them, nor have you been approved for them, or without getting properly fit. This is Tutu's Boutique in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's a cute little shop, and I have been fit here multiple times, and each time I've been blessed with a knowledgeable, compassionate, and attentive fitter who helps me find exactly what it is I need. Not only do they carry a variety of shoes and styles, but also a plethora of Pointe shoe accessories. The first step in a Pointe shoe fitting is for your fitter to look at your old shoe. Believe it or not, they can tell a lot about how you dance just by looking at your shoes. They're looking for how your shoe wears down and in what parts, where it softens, where it erodes, and on arrival, I pulled out my 2 most recent pairs and let her examine them. Previously, I've been wearing the block split sole models, specifically the Stretch Pointe and the block Elegance, and I really like them both. However, recently, I've been getting more and more regular blisters on my pinky toes, and from my own research, this can be an issue with the width in my shoe. Pointe shoes come in a variety of sizes, shapes, lengths, widths, and all kinds of things. And if just one of those variables is off, your shoe can not only be uncomfortable and painful, it can actually cause you injuries. I specifically came to Tutu's to address this potential fit issue.
Your brand new pair, but just a new pair of what you're used to having.
Okay.
And then you can kind of compare everything
to
that. So there's your Euro stretch and the 7.2.
There's your 7.2, 7.3.
Thank you so much.
After my fitter evaluated my shoe, I told her a bit about my feet, because that is step 2. Looking at your foot shape, arches, the length of your toes, etc. Having been in Pointe shoes for quite a while now, this is not my first rodeo. I know a lot more now about my feet and what I'm looking for in a shoe, as well as models I've tried, whether or not I liked them, and whether or not I'm open to trying something new. My feet, personally, are very compressive, meaning if you squeeze my metatarsals, my foot will get smaller. This is important to tell my fitter because this means my foot will shrink, for lack of a better description, inside my shoe. On top of that, I have a really narrow foot. I prefer a tapered box, and I need high wings, which are the side of the shoes, for additional support because I have really supple ankles and have a tendency to push over too far in my shoes. Once these factors are noted and taken into consideration, I pop on my toe pads, and the fitting portion of a Pointe shoe fitting can truly begin. We started with the shoe similar to what I was already wearing, which is the block Euro Stretch and the block Synthesis. They're sister shoes to the ones I currently have. We know I like this shoe family, and this is going to be our baseline. From there, we ventured into shoes that I've liked in the past, namely Grishko. There are a few models in this brand that I've tried, and the pendulum swings from shoes that I absolutely loved to shoes that I hated. Each shoe style, even in the same company, is going to fit differently, so it's not uncommon to end up surrounded by shoes of varying shapes, styles, and sizes. That's lovely. I'm taking this. That is superb.
That looks good on her
I
foot.
know, it does. Honestly, a lot of shoes have. The CL60 looks really good too, but yeah, no, that's good.
We're taking those too.
Ooh, listen to me. She's been in the Victory before.
I've been in this shoe before.
So she said she didn't, but it was a couple others.
Yeah, and I did the Stream Point, which I loved. It's just very soft for me. And I did the Nova, which was hard enough, but it was not
The
right.
Stream Point and Reinforced might be good enough.
That's her. The R.
Is that something I'd have to order? The Reinforced, is that something I'd order?
But it might be in stock. I don't know.
Pull out.
Each pair you try on, you must make sure it fits both standing flat on the ground, no unnecessary pressure, pinching, or discomfort, because if it is at all uncomfortable on flat shoes, it will be painful on point. If they pass all the initial checks, then you make your way to the mirror to see how they look and feel on point. Here are the fitters looking to make sure the shoe is functioning as intended, and you are making sure that the shoe is supporting you the way you need. This is a collaborative effort and requires good communication and articulate communication both ways.
So hopefully,
I like how lifted I am in this one. There's still a little bit of pressure in these on my pinky toes.
where you
And that's either that I already have blisters there currently, like I literally had class yesterday. So that's something I wanted to
I would just be
eliminate.
aware of those two when you try on these last two. To see
Yeah.
if you're feeling that. Because if you are, then it might be a now thing. If you're not, it might be a shoe.
It might be a shoe thing. Okay.
Okay.
Let's move on to the.
Yes. Let's move on to the other one.
Finally, after maybe 45 minutes and a lot of trial and error, we narrowed it down to 4 pairs of shoes. I retried them on in order, comparing the feel of each shoe to one another. From there, more adjustments are made. Maybe I asked if they had it in a harder shank, which is the inner sole of the shoe. Or maybe I wanted to see if they had a half size bigger or a half size smaller, or maybe a little bit wider. Maybe I wanted to know if they had multiple in stock or frequently ran out of that shoe, which would mean it'd be hard for me to get new pairs in the future.
And then because I don't do anything to my shoes. Like I maybe will step on the box, but I don't do anything to them. So I want them to. So when they start out wide, they're just getting wider. Yeah, there's almost no pressure on my pinky toes. And this is a medium shank.
We only have soft and medium right now. Hard will most likely just be a special order thing.
Okay.
But it's something we can work.
I like this a lot.
I do too.
Okay, I think I'm definitely taking this pair
I
and
like that better than, and this is an outside perspective, I like that
Yeah.
better than
the black. Yeah.
I do. I like the blocks. It's just if we're trying to narrow it down.
Upgrading a little bit, yeah. Yeah, these feel really good. Like I almost don't want to take them off.
So that's nice.
That's really
That's
good.
real nice. Okay.
Okay, and let's try the.
That's like very good.
Finally, after all the time, all the shoes, and all the processes eliminated, and all the matches were made, we get to leave the store with a pair or two of potentially perfect Pointe shoes. The weirdest thing about Pointe shoes is there's no guarantee you're going to love them. You may love them in fitting and then take them back to your studio to actually dance in them, and they're terrible. Pointe shoe fitting is a lot like being Cinderella, and you're looking for the perfect match, and sometimes that happens, and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, thank you.
Bye, see you next time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's just do a quick review of the ones I decided to get. So I called ahead and they didn't have the shoe that I'm currently in, which is the Block Elegance, and I really liked that. but it's been causing me blisters on my pinky toes, which, if you didn't know, or if you're a dancer, is a sign of your width being wrong, probably too big, so you're stinking a little bit and it's scratching you on the side. And one of the reasons why I wanted to come get fit and not just reorder the shoes that I have is to address specifically the issue of blistering on my pinky toes. It's very uncomfortable, it's very painful. Constant blistering doesn't make you want to do pointe work, you know what I'm saying? Luckily here at Tutu's, I'm in Knoxville, every time I've been fit here, they're super knowledgeable. They have a wide range of shoes. I've gotten to try a lot of different things. Today, since they didn't have the Elegance, we tried the Block Synthesis, which is also a split sole model, meaning that the outside sole is broken in two. Like so. It's broken into two parts. This one they did have, this is the Stretch Point, and I did try this one on and I liked it, but compared to other models, this one was not my favorite. And I tried the Synthesis, which I mentioned, which is kind of like my Elegance. It has a longer vamp and higher wings, and they were good. I tried it, as you guys saw, in the size 7 3X, and that's the size that these are currently, and it was really twisty, meaning that instead of staying on my shoe like this, the sole twists off the sole of my foot, which can be dangerous, and that's something I also wanted to correct with the shoe fitting. It just means that my past shoes, even though they're workable and I liked them, were not fit the best way for my foot. There were some improvements to be made, and that was our goal today. Sorry, it's humid. I didn't turn my car on so you guys can hear me, and now I'm sweating. The 4 pairs that we worked between were the Synthesis, which I've mentioned, the most similar shoes to what I already have. And then we ventured into some other things. I tried 4 or 5 different Grishko models, which is a Russian shoe. And I tried 1 Russian model and the Synthesis in a variety of different sizes and widths to see if we could figure out something that worked. The process is that you start with shoes that you like, you try a bunch of stuff. You like this shoe, we're gonna put it to the side and we're gonna keep trying stuff. And then eventually you have this agglomeration, a pile of different shoes that you like, and then you retry on all the ones you like to narrow it down. Some you like better than others, some have something that the other one doesn't. And then from there, we just went into like maybe making some adjustments. Like, oh, if you like it like this compared to this shoe, maybe we can do this shoe in this size or this width to kind of see if that fixes the discrepancy between the 2 pairs. So after doing that, I narrowed it down to 4 pairs, and then we eliminated the Block Synthesis pairs because compared to the Russian models I was trying, I just wasn't as in love with them. So the 2 pairs that I got were the Russian R Class and the Grishko Victory Flex, which I have already been in. The problem with the Victory Flex is that this shoe is going to last me literally just 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks. I love the shoe. It's so comfortable. I remember loving it the first time I had it. Everything about it is so nice. It looks glorious on my foot, as you guys can see. The problem is that because it's 3/4 of a shank, so the inside only goes about 3/4 of the length of the shoe, it's going to die very fast for me. They do have the Victory in a medium shank and a reinforced shank. They just didn't have my size and width of that shoe in stock. So if I decide to go back to that shoe, I can order it here in a harder shank or the full shank, which is, I tried it in the wrong size just to feel the shank, and yeah, the medium in the Victory would be really nice for me. So that's why I got 2 pairs of shoes, because I love the Victory, but it's not gonna last me very long. The second pair I got was the Russian R Class. So this is the Victory Flex. It is an absolutely gorgeous color. I got it in a 6'4"X. The 4X is the width, so it's a 4 times width. And the last time I was fit in this shoe, I got it in a 6.5 5X. So obviously my feet have very much changed since the last time I was fit in this shoe. And this is another reason why it's important to go in and get refit from time to time, because ballet does strengthen and change your foot shape over time. So what fits you 1 month may not fit you 6 months later. But I really liked this shoe. This one was $128. What? It might be cheaper for me to order when I'm back in the UK, but it's currently just expensive to get Russian shoes in the US, in anywhere, because of political tensions, drama. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just not gonna say it for YouTube's, right? So this is our first shoe, $130, and it will last me maybe 2 weeks. Ballet is not inexpensive, guys. It is not. It is an expensive hobby. Just if you decide to go into Pointe, just know that, okay? The second pair I got were, it doesn't even say. This is the specifications. CL6, 60, an 8.5 in a 4 width and a medium shank. These are the Russian R class. Also absolutely gorgina. And I love the color and the look of the Russian shoe. I'm so excited to sew these for Pointe class tomorrow. I will try on, I'll probably wear my dead shoes tomorrow and try on both of these pairs for my teacher and just make sure that she doesn't mind or have any critiques or questions or concerns about the way I've been fit.
Editing Becky again. We got our video done. You've reached the end. Thank you so much for watching it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if there's more stuff you want to know about ballet, adult ballet, point work, this journey, anything I can answer for you, just let me know down in the comments. More and more people have been wanting to see ballet content, and I will try to do my best to come up with like some sort of ballet vlog video. Anyway, thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!